Assalamualaikum, welcome to YouTube channel Importance of Sports. Today we shall discuss about the football, basketball, soccer and baseball which are involved in sports. First we shall discuss about the American football, the rules involved in this game and how to physical fitness involved in it. Football requires 11 players on each team per play. Football was created from the soccer and the rugby. Football is played on a 100-yard field. There are special team offense and defense. When you are on the special teams, you are either kicking the ball or punting. If you are making a field goal, the ball has to be kicked through the upright goal post. Now, American football P2, if you are on the offense to start a play, the center has to snap the ball and to give it the quarterback. On defense, you have to wait until they snap the ball so you can build or cover someone. If you make a touchdown when you pass the goal line with the ball on the fence, it is worth 6 points. If you make the extra point, it's worth 1 point. If you kick a field goal, it's worth 3 points. Now, the basketball. Basketball requires 5 players on each of the team. Basketball is played on a court like the picture below. You have to dribble the ball. You can only take 2 steps without dribbling. But then you have to either shot or pass the ball to someone. In order to make points, you have to throw the ball through the hoop. If you shoot from the behind the arc, it's 3 points. Inside it's 2. When a player is full, they get 2 free shots. In the basketball, they have assist, which is when a player passes the ball to someone and that player make it. Now when we come to the soccer, in this sport you don't use your hands, you have to use your feet or head. The only time you use your hand is when you have to throw the ball back in bounds or you are the goal. Each goal is worth 1 point. 2 teams consist of 11 players. In soccer, over times you get about 45 minutes. If one scores, they shoot penalty shots. There are 5 rounds per team. If a player is penalized, they get a free pass. If they got penalized inside the rectangle, they would be a free kick or penalty kick. Now we shall discuss about the sports in the colonial America. Sports in the colonial America, sports activities in Northern America, European settlement followed the trends of their British and European counterparts. Colonials brought to the New World many of their sports traditions from their places of origin. Sporting activities develop in different ways, however, according to region, class, and degrees of urbanization. In 18th century, urban areas with significant commercial development in the Atlantic trade generated a winner for a commercial sport. Original European settlers in the continent participated in the sporting traditions in the context of the religious celebrations. Sporting activities were considered the part of the leisure time according to the Sabbath, organized and supervised by the religious authorities. As a composition of the Protestant, especially the Puritan communities, varied according to the regions. Restrictions to play and practice the sports during the Sabbath were enforced in different degrees. The secularization of the sports in colonial America became an important development in the 18th century. Following the European trends, the prosperity of urban towns oriented towards the mercantile activities. Now we have the sports in the colonial America. Region differences, southern traditions, horse races, prize fighting, cow-fighting, hunting sports very popular in southern areas associated with masculinity and the racial privileges. Now we have the class and sports in the south, planters associated with the racetrack, importance of horses and imitations of the English traditions. In 18th century, New Finn's track that changed for the admissions jockey part become the first of the targets. Eye-gouging freestyle beer fist fights, fighters from the lower classes associated with the gambling and drinking, spontaneous and organized duel-like events, tribal honor sponsors. Now we have sports meetings in the South, source of the honors and classes identification, gentry, affirmation of the Englishans, lower classes, racial and gender boundaries, whiteness and manhood. Now, the African American sports involve the plantation activities like cockfighting, wrestling, races, occasionally fighters and horses, handlers and riders as well. Sports in the northern colonies are involved in the Puritan work ethic, Sabbath restrictions against the games, sports should be moderate and review man for work, gentry clubs. The commercial sport in the world is a cockfight, horse races, fence and secure curricular track in the New York. Class mark the sponsored in urban centers oriented toward the consumers. prize fighters in horse races, gambling and drinking. I have to end my lecture here. Inshallah, we'll meet in our next lecture. Stay tuned with our channel. If you like the video, subscribe and share. Allah Hafiz.